POSIX provides functions to convert between host and network byte order. Host order is the endianness of the computer hardware the program is running on, either little endian or big endian. Network byte order is big endian, regardless of the program's host. The functions come from the networking area, but are helpful whenever you need to share data between platforms. They're only functions for converting uint16t and uint32t values. If you need to convert a uint64t value, then you must write your own function or find a library that somebody else has provided. Since uint64t is optional, if POSIX were to provide functions to convert it, those functions would also have to be optional. C and POSIX tend to be minimalist in what functions they provide. If a function isn't needed, it probably doesn't exist in the standards. Create a new project. Make all the required changes. The program will show the endianness and how the memory looks before and after the conversion between host and network byte order. Make function prototypes for testing. Have the main function call the test functions. Use a union to have two different views of the memory. A 16 or 32-bit unsigned integer, an array of unsigned bytes. Set the integer value. If the first element of the array is hexadecimal 12, then the machine is big endian. Copy the code to the 32-bit test. Rather than hard-code the array size, use the size of operator. You cannot use the variable name here. Instead, use the data type. test the program to see the endianness of your platform. Be sure to clean up the code. Write a function to print out the bytes. The function needs the length of the byte array and the byte array. Write another function to just print out a byte. Remember that a function should have one task. The first function prints out the bytes in the array. The second function prints out a single byte in a particular format. If you want to change the format, you just have to change the one function. Now you can see the order that the hardware stores the bytes in. The htons function, or host to network short, converts a uint16t value from host byte order to network byte order. If the host is big endian, then this function does nothing. If the host is little endian, then the bytes are swapped. Convert the value to host byte order. Because the endian conversion functions were created for networking, you need to include the netinet/in.h header file. Print out the bytes. The N2HS function, or network to host short, converts a uint16t value from network byte order to host byte order. If the host is big endian, then this function does nothing. If the host is little endian, then the bytes are swapped. Convert the number back to host order and print it out. H to NL, or host to network long, performs the same task as htons, except that it works with uint32t instead of uint16t. N to HL, or network to host long, performs the same task as N to HS, except that it works with uint32t instead of uint16t.